Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind Garbage, a weekly talk show that airs every Monday and Friday right here on YouTube.com. Hosted by me, Eric Myers, where I talk to you about whatever I want for roughly 10 minutes. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Bethesda's E3 press conference. So, I have 5 predictions. There's a few that are kind of like, I feel like, safe bets. Also, apologies for the light of God behind me. But there's a few that I feel like are safe bets, that are probably going to happen. I left off some that are kind of just like, that are probably most definitely going to happen. Like, say, for example, Dishonored 2 will get a demo and it'll be really cool and everything. But these ones that I have are kind of just like, the first couple are safe bets. And then the next ones, after, like the last 2 are kind of just like progressively crazy. And so I'm just going to talk about them for about 2 minutes, hopefully each. See how it goes. First one, prediction number 1, there will be a new Wolfenstein game announced. Now, the reason why I think that is a super safe bet is that the first one, The New Order, was pretty well received. It got roughly in the 7s to 9s, I believe, as far as Metacritic and whatnot. I really enjoyed it. It was probably, at the time, in 2014, probably my personal game of the year, just because I wasn't expecting anything out of it, and it really blew me away. And I platinumed it, like I wanted to get everything in it. And after that, they had done the Old Blood, which was kind of like, it was done by Machine Games, but it was kind of like a DLC, sort of just like a stopgap kind of thing. And the reason why I think they'll do it is because I don't think it'll come out this year, but I think it will be out next year. And the reason why I think they probably, maybe had more, how do I put it? They probably not maybe had a second team, but had a separate, group of people working on that while they were toiling away. So then you have, 3 years of development time, which is, the assets are already there for that game. And I think that is pretty much like a shoo-in for it. I would imagine that it would be announced and come out, in the spring of 2017, kind of like how it was for the last one. I think the last 2 actually came out in May. So hopefully that's what I would hope for. Number 2 is that a new The Evil Within will be announced. This I feel like is a really safe bet too, because Evil Within was really very interesting survival horror game done by Shinji Mikami, who had done the Resident Evil series, and most notably known, I would say, for Resident Evil 4. And that game was Evil Within was really cool, and you could totally do a sequel, and I think they will. I think now this could go either way. Either they could do a holiday release, like do it around, say like, oh, it's coming out and it'll be, here in, what's it called? Like Halloween. I don't know if that could happen. It could happen, but I think most realistically would be kind of how it was last year, where it came out in, I want to say, April-ish? No, it was October. It was October 2014. So it'll probably be along that time. The only thing is I feel like that even though I really enjoyed the game, I don't recall beating it, just because other stuff got out, and it is one that I definitely intend to go back and finish. It's very well done, and it's really shocked and surprised me. I had a lot of fun with it the time that I did put into it. But I feel like that would be a pretty safe bet for them to do that, just because it's like, well, let's get this game out, like, come on, let's do it. So I think that'll probably happen. Now, this one is one that I had kind of is number 3. My third prediction is one that I felt like is kind of a safe bet, but at the same time, I'm the scale of it, I think that they're going to announce new Fallout 4 DLC. And I think it's going to be absolutely massive. Probably because I believe Far Harbor is supposed to be even bigger than the one that was in Dragonborn, which was already a huge island. I think it's going to be way bigger. I know a lot of, like, one of the predictions I thought about putting on would be like a Skyrim re-release. I don't necessarily think that would be the wisest decision, considering that There's DLC for Elder Scrolls Online just coming out, and it seemed like it would be kind of distracting to have that come out alongside. It'd be a little weird. Like, why would you do that? Come on, you got this Elder Scrolls Online game, and then you're gonna have Skyrim, which everyone's gonna go for. So I think probably I believe that they would do. Like, let's do another like really big piece of DLC. My hope is because this game takes place on the East Coast, it would be pretty cool to see maybe something based in New York. I'm not familiar with Fallout lore, if like that's not an area that's like unattainable to go to, but I think that would be really cool to have a piece of DLC that would take place in New York with that signature like Fallout kind of like future, like past future history sort of stuff. Like, I think that'd be pretty cool. And as far as releasing, I think it might be one of those like, not necessarily it'll be out right now, but more like it'll be available for download this Tuesday or next Tuesday or something. Like, I think that they'll drop it pretty quick. Now, getting into my kind of crazy predictions of what I think would, in descending order. Number 4, I think Quake is going to be announced. When they acquired id Software back in, I think, 2009, there hasn't been a Quake game for a long time. I think the last one was Quake Enemy Territories. And, with the recent success of Wolfenstein and also Doom that just came out and has been getting, really good review scores, and even like the lowest ones are in the 7s, which is along where Wolfenstein was. I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that Quake will come back. And granted, it is really soon to announce, hey, we're doing Quake right after this. I just think it makes sense to do it. It's kind of like you're bringing back these old shooters. It's possible that maybe it would be like a multiplayer only game and not really have a story. So that's mine. Like, I do think Quake will be announced. I don't know when it will be released. Probably not. I mean, keeping up with them, I don't think they're going to pull a Fallout 4 like, and it's out this year or whatever, like, and it's out, the only thing that they would do that would be the next Elder Scrolls, and there's no way in hell that game's coming out this year. You can mark my words, it's not going to be out for at least another 2 years, I would say. But I think that they'll announce a new Quake, and it could be something like a multiplayer only, not like it would be downloadable or anything, but just like really focused on that Quake Arena sort of like style of gameplay, which would be pretty cool. I would like to see that. Now, this last prediction, number 5, is a bit crazy, but stick with me. I think that Prey 2 is going to be re-announced, but it will be a reboot of the Prey franchise, which isn't really a franchise because it's only had one game. The reason why I think it's kind of weird to like, let's just do Prey 2 when the original one was kind of almost a launch window title for the original like Xbox 360. So I think it makes sense to just like, let's take what we have, which is already a pretty decently cool game, and like with everything that it looked, it was like kind of like Star Wars-y, like Assassin's Creed in first person, and then with like Bounty Hunter, Star Wars, that sort of stuff. Like, that looked really cool, and I think it would make sense to like, especially since it like had vague tie-in sort of to like the original Prey, it would make sense to like, let's just redo it and do something cool. Now, I don't know who would be developing it. I mean, the thing is, like, I can't see this game just kind of like going away completely. The reason why is because that game had a lot of potential, and I'm sure that maybe at the time when they wanted to release it around 2012, and with next gen being right around the corner, maybe they thought, hey, let's just scrap it, and then we'll just have maybe we'll toil away for one years and years later. So you'd figure if it were to come out next year, it could have been in development for around 4 years, which I think would make sense, and that would be kind of like a megaton announcement. So those are my 5 predictions. Other ones kind of that are not like, I'll call them semi predictions. I think maybe a new mobile game will be announced set in the Elder Scrolls universe, because that'd be pretty cool. They'll show obviously Dishonored stuff, maybe. Well, I mean, they obviously will. They'll talk about that one random free-to-play team shooter game that no one really seems to care about, but they want us to care about. And So yeah, maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe Elder Scrolls will go free to play. That'd be pretty cool. Even though it technically is free to play, I believe. Well, it's pay to play, something like that. But yeah. So those are my 5 predictions. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like, you can like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends. You can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at EricMyers93. Link down below. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys this Friday.